Hey everyone, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming. I hope you're having a wonderful day. On this video, I have the cutest project to show you. It involves Mod Podge fabric, some ingredients from the Dollar Tree, like these little wood acorns and leaves, and then it involves a really fun stencil, and some bright colors. So it's really fun. I think you're gonna love it. And anyways, as you're hopping on, say hi, let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you have any questions along the way. Feel free to sprinkle if you would like to. So this is sort of where we're going. See, just a plain old pumpkin. This was one of the beads that I showed you guys how to dye yesterday. If you missed that tutorial, you should look back one day and see if you can find it. I heard really good response to that tutorial. I also showed you guys how to gild beads to make necklaces and bracelets and that kind of thing. So what we're going to be using is this color for the project that we're going to be making, and then we're going to finish this by stenciling a board and attaching this off center. It's going to be super cute. Okay, so let me drop a pin here. The stencil and the chalk paste are from magnoliadiy.com, and I'm just, where is that? I'm pinning it to the bottom. Maybe I'm gonna try to, there we go. So it's down here. If you want to look at any of their fun fall stuff or any of their faith stencils or the other colors of chalk paste that they have, you can do that there. Okay, so to start this project, let me just give you another little hint of where we're going. And then I do hope you'll stay till the very end. We're going to be attaching this to this board off to the side, and we're going to be doing a really cute stencil right in the other side upper corner, okay? Put this sort of off to the side for a second. Okay, so my local Dollar Tree, and probably yours too, has a lot of fall stuff. Like they have all these different shapes, a big leaf, an acorn, a pumpkin. The other one is a pumpkin, and then they have small shapes too. And I especially love these little leaves. And what I did to make this project, which it's so interesting. I always learn a couple of things, a couple of pitfalls, what you should do, what you shouldn't do when I'm doing these projects. So I'm going to show you what you shouldn't do. Well, and I'll show you what you should do also. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I am just laying it on the top of my fabric. Oh no. Oopsie. All right, are you guys still there, or did I kill you? I am so sorry about that. Okay, it looks like we're still going. All right, I really apologize for causing my tripod to spit my phone onto the floor. But, you know, I never said I was perfect or even good with this technology stuff. So, okay, so I was trying to put this down a little bit more so that you could see what I am going to be doing. And the first thing that you want to do, you need scissors, and of course I don't have them out and ready to go, is I'm just going to cut my fabric. Not super close, just a square around the size of this acorn, because it'll be easier to work with. And what I discovered was when I was Mod Podging, it was easier to cut the fabric around the shape after it was Mod Podged than to cut it in the exact shape before it was Mod Podged. I love this fabric. I am an orange girl this year. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is what I cut, and this is what I have. And basically, which way does this go? It goes this way. Okay, so basically what we're gonna do I have this on the right direction? Here we go. Is I'm gonna apply a coat of Mod Podge here, and then I'm going to apply the fabric, and then I'm going to put another coat of Mod Podge on there. So I'm just working out of a little paper bowl. This is quite Mod Podge intensive, and I know that Mod Podge, excuse me, is kind of expensive. So if you're not wanting to spend the money on that, you can always make your own. And if you just go to Google, you can look up homemade Mod Podge, and there's tons of different recipes for it. Just using white school glue or white craft glue and water, basically. The Mod Podge I'm using today is a matte, and I do like that better because it doesn't look shiny for this project anyways. Okay. I may have put too much on. You just want to get a good coat. Let's pull some of this off back into the bowl. Okay, so it's mostly covered and it's pretty thick. And then you're just going to take your fabric, is this the right way? I think it is. And lay it over the top of your shape. I need to change this just a little bit. Right there. Okay, and press it down. I'll show you what the underneath of it looks like. Okay, I am going to cut a little of this excess right here off. Ooh, I got awfully close to the edge there. Oh well. And then I'm going to take some more Mod Podge and just go over the top of it, and then it does take at least an hour to dry. So I'll show you the next part of it. So you just want to put this on pretty evenly. It's gonna look cloudy, but it dries. Especially if you're using this matte Mod Podge, it dries pretty clear, and so it's not gonna look cloudy when it's dry. Anyways, today I'm getting ready to go to Boise, Idaho for about a week to visit my mother, and I'm taking my craft stuff with me because I'm still gonna be doing all my lives and everything there, but I'm trying to plan out a whole week's worth of projects and get all my supplies packed, and whew, I've got a big pile over here. So I will definitely see you over the next few days. I'll be coming live from Boise, and hopefully I can get my mom and my sister to get on some of my Facebook Lives with me. My sister's more likely than my mom to allow me to do that. Okay, so this is basically it. I'll lift it up so you can see. It's gonna be super cute, all right? Let me set this aside and get my wipes, and I want to get that Mod Podge off of my desk here real quick, and my fingers. I'm going to set this over here. When it's dry, I'll go back around the edges and apply a coat, sort of pushing it underneath the fabric so I can make sure that I've got the edges all completely hooked down. And so I would do the exact same thing. This is the Mod Podge we used with these leaves, with 2 or 3 of them, using some kind of a coordinating fabric. And what else I pulled out was this one, and also I have this one. Or I might do something crazy in a completely different color family. I don't know. But like on this one right here, I did 2 pumpkins and 2 leaves. So I don't know, I'll do something probably similar where I used, these are coordinating and that's really not, but the green in these pulls the green in for that. Okay. So I don't know if I'm going to get that project done before I head out to Boise, but I'll have this one that we're working on here done. So I'll definitely be able to show you the finished project. Gosh, I'm afraid to touch my phone for fear I'm going to tip it over again. Anyways, okay. So what we're working with today is just a piece of wood from the hardware department. From, I think this came from Home Depot, and it's about 12 inches wide roughly, and I think this was 18 or 24 inches long. And you know how I use everything I have. Use what you have if you possibly can is my motto. And so this was a sign that I made before my son's wedding on this side. And those little marks there, if you didn't see this live, I made those to have it look sort of like shiplap. And I just used a dry cleaner hanger with some paint on it. Isn't that cool? Anyways, but we're gonna use the other side. So before I came live, I sanded it smooth and I gave it one coat of this Krylon matte finish clear sealer. You could use whatever brand you have, or alternatively, you could do wax. But what happens is a lot of times when you're stenciling on a wood surface or a painted wood surface, there's grains and pores in the wood. And if it's not sealed closed by either some wax or a sealer, a clear matte sealer, then the wood sucks in your medium, whether it's chalk paste or ink or, you know, paint or whatever you're using, and then it spreads it out. So sealing it before you stencil is really the best, or with that or with a matte sealer is the best thing to do. Okay, so we're going to be using this stencil, which I love. It's called a Fall Subway. And we're going to use, I think we're going to do the whole entire thing, although not all of it will show up. Let's see. How can I get this so you guys can see? There we go. But what I did want to tell you is that you don't have to use the whole entire thing. There's lots of fun projects that you could do just using little bits and pieces of it, like the word pumpkins or falling leaves or autumn, caramel apples. And I'm sure you guys have seen those book projects. I've been doing them a lot myself. You could put these on the spine, you could put them on the front. You could make a cute t-shirt out of this. There's tons of different things that you could do with this stencil. And I did pin a link to magnoliadiy.com down below. So if you're interested in looking at that, you definitely can. Okay, I'm going to take this out of my little sleeve. And where is my green fuzzing cloth? Okay, with these green stencils, you are going to want to fuzz them because they are super sticky. And when I say super sticky, they're really super sticky. And if you don't get a little bit of lint on them beforehand, then sometimes they can be hard to get up. So this is a fuzzing cloth from magnoliadiy.com. On this side is a drying cloth or a patting dry cloth. It's about $8. If you don't have this, you could use a, like one of those thin tea towels. You could use your jeans, you could use a t-shirt. Just don't do something that's got a ton of lint or fuzz on it. And I'm just gonna do that one more time because I've only used this a couple of times. And we're going on a wood surface that could be difficult to get it off of. So, okay, I have to think about where I'm going to put it. I want to make sure that you can see everything. Okay, so the pumpkin part is going to sit off to the side like this. Whoops. Something like that. So I'm going to put this, I think, in this very top left corner and up pretty high. Let's see, do I have it sort of straight? No, I do not. Okay, that's better. Then I'm just going to burnish it down onto my wood surface. You can do that with your hands, or I don't have a spreader out, of course not. Feel something underneath here. What is that? A little piece of fuzz or something on the stencil. So you can use either your hands to push it down, or you could actually use one of your little squeegees if you want. Oh my gosh, and Magnolia DIY, they have so many cute stencils that are already in stock now for fall and Christmas and Thanksgiving, and then they have a bunch more coming as well, so you should definitely take a peek. And the link is right down here. It's http://magnoliadiy.com. And while you're there, be sure that you click on the filter so you can see all the different sizes that they have, because otherwise I think it just automatically lands you on the 8x11 size stencils. And if you don't see the 12x18 or the 15x15 or the 5x7, you're missing out. So you definitely want to do that. Which way's better? This way's better. Okay, I've just figured it out. Okay, and like I said, we're going to use these two colors. And I'm going to just do a messy smear, which is basically where I'm going to put some big lumps of it here and there, and then I'm going to kind of all blend them together. Okay, and where did my little, here it is. Okay, and you do want to kind of work fast. Also, to keep the chalk paste from drying in the holes in your stencils, I'm going to do this side and then I'll lift it up just slightly and I will do the other side. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is a new trick I've just recently learned. I never knew that this could be helpful. Here's that funky green. Oops. If you decide when you do this that you want it to be permanent, you can just use that same spray, that same clear matte sealer over the top of it, and it will be permanent. Okay, and now I'm just gonna start smearing things around. See what we get. Got a lot of chalk paste on here. Right now it looks like a pile of plaster. So I'm going to take the excess off from this area. Not all of it, but just most of it. How are you guys doing today? I haven't even said anything like, hello, how are you? It's going to be pretty with these two colors. Yes, it is. Yeah. This is my kind of project for sure. Okay, so now what I was talking about before is if I continued on to the other side of the stencil, a lot of times this chalk paste is going to dry. It's already starting to dry in the stencil. So all I'm going to do is lift it up and go partially there. Can you guys see underneath? And then I'm just going to lay it down gently. And we'll continue on and do the other side of the stencil. I won't put quite as much paste on here this time, it's just not necessary. This color is called Magnolia Green, and this one is called something Tiffany Teal or something like that. They're really great colors. I love both of them. Well, again, I really have way too much. But they're all mixed up, so I can't really put it back in my pots. Otherwise, that's what I would do. Because you guys know that I'm frugal and I can't stand to waste a single thing. I always want to reuse things, stretch the life of things out as far as possible. Okay, so I have the whole thing covered, and now I'm just gonna quickly take off the excess. Just the spots where it's big globs of it, really. Okay, just get this. Okay, and then we're gonna finish and pull the rest of it off. Where should I go? This way. Of water over here. Put my fingers in there too because they're covered in chalk paste. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. You guys should get these two colors for sure. Look how cute that is. Can you see the different colors? I will definitely take pictures of it when it is all dry. So let me come back up here for a second while I'm putting the lids on everything. I'll give my little chalk paste a little squirt of distilled water when I'm all finished here before I put them away. That just helps them because their natural state is dry, and they want to, chalk paste is going to always kind of want to go back to dry. So if you use distilled water, that helps it stay moist and it won't get moldy. Okay, let me see what's going on. Am I frozen right now? Or super blurry right now? Our internet is terrible these days, so I don't know if that's what's going on. Can you guys still see me? Give me some hearts or something if you can. I'm not seeing any more comments. Okay, yay. All right, so the whole idea for this project is, and I don't want to smudge it, but now I'm going to get my glue gun out, and I'm basically going to glue this to the little board. And it's going to be a really cute off-center kind of a sign. This, so I don't dump it on the floor. And I think, I'll show you the colors. I think they're going to be perfect together. What do you guys think? Is that going to be super cute or what? Anyways, that is basically the project. It's not a hard project at all. It is a little time consuming to get your fabric Mod Podged to your shapes. You could also use scrapbook paper, or, I mean, you could use book pages. You could use whatever you want, brown craft paper. I just have all this excess fabric that my friend that was the decorator gave me. So that's why I decided to use this. And I'm just in the mood for bright and happy. So once it's dry, then it'll be easier to trim the excess off. It does not have to be perfect. I glued the little shapes sort of off to the side. You can see that, the leaves especially. And then I just tied some jute around this and put some little balls on the bottom of it. And it's not perfect, but it's super dang cute, and it's going to be darling on this board. So if you want to look at stencils or chalk paste or anything else, and you're just now hopping on, I pinned a link here at the bottom. If you missed the beginning, you should go back so that you can see how we did this. And I started an acorn with a really cool orange pattern on it. anyways, thanks so much for joining me. Let me know if you guys have questions. Feel free to sprinkle. If you want to make sure that you are getting my Facebook Lives or having a chance to view them, you can turn on the notifications, which is the 3 little dots up here, so that you'll be notified whenever I go live. And make sure you've liked and followed DIY Dreaming too. Okay, have a great rest of your day. I'll get this all finished up, take pictures, I'll put it in the comments. I'll also post the pictures just on the page. Hope you liked this project, and I'm gonna be coming back later, I hope, because I have another project that I definitely want to get out to you before I leave for Boise. So check back with me later today to see if I was able to do that. Okay, see you later. Bye.